This is an incredibly common question that I've gotten from young media buyers and even well-meaning clients. And to be honest, I think my answer is going to really surprise you. What's up, marketers? In today's video, I'm going to be answering one of your most common questions, which is, should I use the same Facebook ads creatives in my prospecting and my retargeting campaigns? But first, I want to dive into why this question seems like such a big deal and why I think a majority of people are really overcomplicating this. So for the last few years, the term funnel has been a massive buzzword, specifically the Facebook ads funnel, with the idea being that you needed to create a Facebook ads funnel to target people at different parts of the user journey or the funnel to warm them up in order for them to convert. And this sounds really smart, right? Like in theory, someone who has only had one touch point with your brand, like maybe on social media, is probably going to need a different message to convert than someone who's already added to cart. So this birthed the idea that you needed video views campaigns and engagement campaigns and traffic campaigns and leads campaigns that all led people through different parts of this Facebook ads funnel, with eventually the idea that these people will convert or make a purchase. And gurus on YouTube push that for a long time. And hint, if you are still pushing that, then you are wildly out of date. But the idea with this Facebook ads funnel is, with all these different campaigns and with all these different objectives, you also had different ads and different messaging. So now I want to go into why I don't think you need to have different ads between your prospecting and retargeting campaigns, and why that Facebook ads funnel approach is incredibly out of date and is actually wasting you a lot of money. But first, let's go into the account structure that I use for my Facebook ads campaigns, and that is commonly used by top media buyers in the industry. So number one, if you haven't seen my video that is all about account build-outs post iOS 14, be sure to take a look at that right here. But as you can see, my account structure right now is super consolidated, and to be honest, I am using this 3-campaign account structure all the way up to the accounts that are spending $500K per month. So you can see that we have 2 prospecting campaigns, one that is a core prospecting campaign, another that is a creative testing campaign, and another that is a retargeting campaign. Now, the big difference between the creative testing campaign and the core prospecting campaign is inside the creative testing campaign, that's when we're launching creative tests several times a week, mostly on a broad audience, with the idea that if something works on a broad audience in creative testing, we can then graduate it to prospecting and retargeting campaigns. And it's actually inside the core prospecting campaign that we're doing a bit of audience targeting. And then of course, inside the retargeting campaign, that's where we are hitting up our website visitors and our social engagers and maybe even our email list. So when looking at this account structure, one of the most common questions that I get is, okay, are you using the same creatives inside of all of these campaigns? And essentially the answer is yes. Once we are finding creative winners inside of the creative testing campaign, we are rolling them out to every single ad set inside of the core prospecting campaign and to all of the ad sets inside of the retargeting campaigns. And that's because I have never really seen a lift in results from strategizing different messages and different creatives between the two. And a few reasons why I have found that this wasn't really necessary. Number one is also because post iOS 14, the Facebook algorithm is a lot less reliable, and those exclusions are also a lot less reliable because now we're going to be missing out on a large chunk of people who have added to cart, viewed content, especially if they opted out of tracking from iOS 14. So there's going to be a lot of overlap between your prospecting and retargeting campaigns. So even recently, this is just something that we're really not doing. Additionally, I have found that social proof actually tends to be a bigger driver in results, as opposed to tailoring that message to where someone is in your funnel. With all that said, I do actually find from time to time that the ads that are winning in my core prospecting campaign versus the ads that are winning in my retargeting campaigns, sometimes they are different. And what I find is that as I am optimizing my ads in the retargeting campaign and the core prospecting campaign, sometimes I find that what's winning in the retargeting campaign can be a little bit different than what's winning in the prospecting campaign. And through optimization, like through turning ads off that aren't doing as well, sometimes I do find that the messaging and the ads do tend to be a little bit different, but I really prefer to allow the algorithm to decide that for me, because I do not think that I am smarter than Facebook in this regard, even after iOS 14. Now, there are are some special circumstances when it comes to differentiating your messaging between prospecting and retargeting, or even differentiating the creatives. And a lot of that boils down to discounts. Now, sometimes I know that people only like to give discounts to your retargeting audiences. And this is pretty common too during like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, for instance, or even when you're trying to get a little bit more people to convert, but you don't want to put that messaging in your prospecting campaigns in the first touch point. Sometimes people put it in their retargeting campaigns. I mean, it's definitely something you could try. I don't really find that to be a huge swinger in terms of performance. So, I mean, try at your own risk, right? I do find, though, that a lot of times where I see brands differentiating the messaging particularly is with their dynamic product ads. This is something I see a lot of brands like Revolve and ASOS do. And really what they're doing is they're just trying to say something punchy to let the user know, like, hey, I know you were looking at this product, or I know you added this to cart. Like, let's go ahead and check out or purchase this thing. I have tried doing that recently on a few brands, but again, it's a lot of times that the core messaging is actually like what is working here, as opposed to like being witty or like being too direct. But it is definitely something I recommend that people try. And that is it. I would love if you guys told me your opinion in the comments section. Let me know, do you try to differentiate your messaging and your creatives between prospecting and retargeting? You already know what I think, so I want to hear your opinion. All right, guys, thanks. See you in a few days. Bye.